You know that feeling, right? When you've been part of a project that just goes off the rails. The final product gets delivered, but it completely misses the point. It's this super frustrating thing that happens all the time, where months of work and a ton of money just, poof, they vanish, all because of a simple misunderstanding right at the very beginning.
Okay, so let's really get into this, because that $100,000 figure, that's not just something we made up. Miscommunication in project planning costs real money, and a lot of it. But what if I told you there's a tool, one that's usually misunderstood, that's basically an insurance policy against this exact problem?
So here's the heart of the problem. It's this dangerous gap between what a stakeholder thinks they want and what the team on the ground actually builds. It's a total recurring nightmare in software development, and like we said, it can easily blow up into a six-figure mistake.
Honestly, you can just think of it like a high-stakes game of broken telephone. A business owner has this brilliant idea, they explain it to a product manager who then translates it into tasks for the development team. And with every single handoff, the original idea, the intent, gets a little twisted, a little watered down. By the time it reaches the folks actually writing the code, the message might be totally different.
Now, this is where something called PI objectives is supposed to come in and save the day. And PI just stands for program increment. You can just think of it as a set planning window, maybe 10 weeks long. But here's the catch. For a lot of teams, these objectives just feel like more paperwork, a box-ticking exercise, just another to-do list.
And this slide just nails the confusion perfectly. On one side, you've got a simple list of features. That's the what we're building. But the real power, the magic of PI objectives, is in defining the why. When teams just treat them as a shorthand to-do list, they are missing out on the whole point. They're leaving all the value on the table.
So let's talk about the first superpower of doing these objectives right, validating that everyone shares the same understanding of the intent. It's all about making sure everybody is on the exact same page before the really expensive work even starts.
I love this quote because it's a direct challenge. This isn't about using a bunch of technical jargon or just listing tasks. It's asking the team straight up, hey, can you explain the value of what you're about to build back to the person who asked for it in their language? If the answer is no, well, that's a huge red flag.
And what you get is this amazing, super simple, and immediate feedback loop. The business owner says what they want. The team plays it back, summarizing their understanding, and then the business owner can say, yes, that's it, you got it. That one little conversation closes that $100,000 gap of misunderstanding before it can do any real damage.
So that leads us right into the second superpower, which is a massive shift in thinking. It's about moving the team's focus away from just completing a list of tasks and toward delivering the actual result people want. It's a subtle change, but it's an absolute game changer. This question right here, this is everything. See, when a team is just laser-focused on a list, they get tunnel vision. But when you focus them on the outcome, on the why, you empower them. You unlock all their creativity to find better, smarter, and yeah, often faster ways to deliver that exact same value.
So let's break it down. The process mindset is all about checking every single box on the list. But the outcome mindset, that frees the team to actually innovate. It tells them, here's the problem we need you to solve, not here are the exact steps you must follow. And that's how you get much more effective and, frankly, more elegant solutions.
And that brings us to the third and final superpower, which is, honestly, a lifesaver on any big project. It's the ability to take overwhelming complexity and distill it down into something clear and actionable. Because, let's be real, big projects have way too many moving parts for any one person to track.
Just imagine a really large-scale project. You might have a team of teams all working together. In a single planning period, they could be tackling over 40 individual features. That's not just a lot of work, that's a mountain of data. It is literally impossible for any stakeholder or executive to read and understand all of that.
But they can understand this. Instead of 40+ things to track, what if they only had to track 5 to 7? By summarizing all that work into a handful of key objectives, you turn that mountain of data into manageable information. You create clarity out of chaos.
And that simple summary, it becomes the key to everything else. It lets you report progress in a way that executives can actually understand. It helps everyone make better decisions because you're all looking at the same high-level picture of what really truly matters.
So, when you put these three qualities together, you start to see it, don't you? PI objectives aren't just some boring to-do list. They become a genuine secret weapon for actually getting projects done right.
So let's just recap the 3 superpowers one last time. First, they validate understanding to close that communication gap. Second, they focus everyone on the outcome, not the process, which unlocks creativity. And third, they summarize complexity, turning a data overload into clear information. And all of that together, that's your antidote to that $100,000 misunderstanding.
So I'll leave you with this one final thought to take with you. As you head back to your own projects, just ask yourself this question. Are you and your team just checking boxes off a list? Or are you all truly aligned on the outcome you're trying to achieve? Because the answer to that question could make all the difference in the world.